Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you wanna know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are the football kings, cause they play to win. Come on in and have some fun, whether we have lost or we have won. For all things Miami, it's Dolphins Thursday.
Hello, Miami Dolphin fans. Here we are live going to talk about the Miami Dolphins. I'm Rob Mosley, a.k.a. Dolphins Thursday. And tonight, as always, we're together, but we're on the flip side. Steve Molloy of Real Talk, also from the Fins Talk Sports Network. You were out there today in Houston, Steve, so we're going to get some of your feedback on that in a minute as we get people coming in here. But how was it today? How's their facility? Let's start with the small stuff first before we get some people going. How's the facility out there in Houston? Is it nice?
Okay, yeah, the facility's pretty nice. I mean, to me, it was nice. They had a covered area where I was at and everything. They have a lot of, concessions and things and souvenir shops and stuff like that. That setup is good.
Okay.
What I was disappointed in was when you leave the facility after joint practices and everything, you got to wait almost an hour to get out, because there's a section there where there's a gate there between where you're at and where you have to go to the parking area. Right in the middle there, all the players, when they're leaving, they come out through the middle. So
Right.
you have to wait till all the players exit, and then they open the gates, and then you can walk through and everything.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
Dolphins
and
camp, they have it set up. You just walk out. The players leaving the field has nothing to do with the fans leaving. So.
And what makes it so bad is you're freaking roasting, man. It was 100 and something degrees, and you're standing there,
I know.
for
crazy.
an hour, sweating to death, just to get out, man. You're like, hey, I want to go. It's over, but you got to wait for that hour. But other than that, it's a nice facility. As far as the way
watching
it looks
and
watching for the fans and stuff like that. That's the only critique I have about it. Is a bad critique I have about it. Is
it right next to their regular stadium?
Yes, it's right across the street from the NRG stadium.
Dolphins, man, you see the hard. You're basically in the same parking lot as the stadium when you go to the Dolphins training camp. So I was wondering how close it was.
This training camp is across the street, so
Okay.
I had to drive. You have to drive across the street from the stadium, and then you drive down about a half a mile, and then you turn in right into the parking lot areas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
exactly.
And
a few minutes of these awesome Dolphins. Well, we will be watching your network in a few weeks. Steve and I are talking behind scene. We won't go too far past 8:00, so we can catch some bandwagon stuff.
Absolutely.
Joining in. So, and real quick on a positive note, you met a couple Dolphins today. Real quick, I say meet, but you got a photo with A-Chain, and you said you talked to Tua for a minute.
Yeah. It was pretty neat for me. I was like a little kid in a candy store. I don't know. That's just me. I got to see Duke Riley was there. Got to shake his hand and wish him the best of luck. Then A-Chain, got that picture with A-Chain. Pretty exciting to see A-Chain there. I mean, he's about my size, 5'8", about 188. That's my size.
Right.
And he's probably right there, right around that area. Of course, he's more muscular and younger and a lot faster than I am. But he seemed like he's a very quiet. He's a very quiet guy, kind of humble guy. And then I shook his hand, took the picture and everything. And then for the highlight was as I was leaving, I was getting ready to go and I was heading out. And then I looked to my right and I saw a red jersey walking across the field. And I said, well, hell, that's got to be Tua. And it was. So I had to run all the way back where I was at, and I had to frickin', jump over people and crawl under frickin' ropes and everything. just to go over there. And I was like the third or fourth person in line, and I got to see Tua, and I
Yeah.
shook his hand, wished him luck and everything, and he signed my hat. So that
That's
is an
cool.
actual
Oh
Tua
yeah.
signature.
Well, there you go. Hey, you're lucky
So I
I
got
wasn't
him
there,
to
Steve.
sign my hat.
You're lucky I wasn't there. I would say, Tua, here's some video footage of Steve talking about you.
I
This is
know, I know, I know.
this is
If he
this is
only knew, right? But no, he's
this
a
is
humble guy. He's a real humble
yeah,
guy, real nice guy. I said, "Hey, Tua," I didn't say, "Hey," I said, "Tua, can you sign my hat?" And he goes, "Yeah, I got you. I got you." He took my hat, and I said, "Dude, it's sweaty." He said, "Ah, no problem, brother, no problem." And he went on ahead and
yeah,
signed it and handed it back to me. So I was like, "Oh man, thanks, brother." I said,
yeah,
"Thanks, brother," too. I said, "Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Wish you the best of luck." And he's like,
yeah.
"Yeah, thanks, thanks, thanks." And but
I know.
he
I
he
tease
was
you
busy
because
signing autographs.
you're not one of those fans that wants them to do poorly just so you can say you're right. You're a good fan. You
No,
want
no,
someone to
no.
kick butt. You critique them sometimes. So
Absolutely.
I tease you. So
Absolutely. I'm gonna
but
call it like it is. If he plays bad, he plays bad. If he plays good, he plays good. Look, Tua's a good quarterback. You
yeah.
know, he just I've always said it. He's a great character. He's the kind of guy you want on your football team.
Oh no, for
He
sure.
has a lot of potential. We've seen it last year. He did progress from the year before. I'm just concerned this year. He's still doing some of the same habits, and hopefully he can clean them up.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I want the best for him, man. I mean,
I know.
he's a
That's
Dolphin,
why I was just teasing you when you
you
went and
know.
got his autograph. I would have been like,
No, 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 it's fine. No, you're not the
Watch him
only
on
one.
Reels Talk. Watch him on Real Talk, Vince Talk.
Yeah. No, no,
So,
no. You're not the only one. My wife said the same thing. She said, "You got his autograph?" She said, "If you only knew, if you only knew." But
yeah, but hey,
anyway,
that is awesome. And gentlemen, caps for like the thank you, man.
what's up,
And he
Cap?
says that's awesome, Steve.
Ender's in here. Love Ender, man.
And Ender and Bobby came from the Finstock
Bobby,
Sports
yeah.
Network in there. So that's awesome, man. So overall, what did you see? What did
Mhm.
you try to focus on today? I know we tried to do our live show. We just had connection issues on your
Yeah,
phone, but
yeah.
what were you able to focus on while you were out there today?
Wow. I was trying to focus. When we talked, when I was live, I said I want to focus on the offense. I was concerned about the offense. I want to focus more on the offense and the offensive line. Well, in the first half of the scrimmage, I wasn't able to do that. It was defense was on my side because the field was way on the other side, and I was blinded by other uh, just stuff that was in the way, light poles and things. So I couldn't get a clear view on the other
Right.
side. But I did get to see the defense, and we'll get to the offense in a second. But I did get to see the defense. The defense played okay. They played pretty good. At first, they were in the one-on-ones, the defensive line and the offensive line. They were dominating the offensive line. But that's Texans offensive line.
Right.
But after that, one-on-ones I don't really pay much attention to because really the defense has the offense has more of advantage over
Right.
them than the defense. But I'm gonna have to say it. Noah got beat a couple times today, bad, by Nick Collins, I think it was. He was like 10 yards in front of him, man. He got
Okay.
beat bad.
Yeah.
But other than that, and that's what I'm gonna say. I think our defensive line, other than depth, is going to be good. We can
Okay.
get Christian Wilkins from holding out. I call it a holdout. If we can get Christian Wilkins back in there, Zyler and Phillips, the
Yeah.
dude, Jalen Phillips has upped his game, man. They couldn't block him. They could not
Right.
block Jalen Phillips. Bradley Chubb had a couple good plays, but basically he left off from where he did last year. He really didn't do much. But the O line, the D line, I'm not concerned with, other than the depth. What's his name? Davis.
Raekwon Davis.
Yeah, Raekwon Davis. I'm not really happy with him. He's sufficient. I think he's going to be okay, but he
Right.
needs some depth behind there. and that's what I'm afraid of. Peely looks okay. He looks pretty good. He's undrafted. He made some
What was the
plays in
latest
there.
injury update? I know he walked
Oh,
off under his own power and stuff. I
yeah,
haven't
yeah.
read
Peely
anything.
walked. He had a neck problem, but he's fine. I think he's going to be fine. Um, the one that got hurt that they had to cart off when I saw it was Ulave. He's an offensive tackle, I think. Ulave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's the one
Okay.
that got hurt. I thought it was Pele, but it was Ulave. I guess that's how
Oh
you
yeah, because
pronounce it.
that's what you had said. You had told
Yeah,
me.
number
That's why I asked.
62. Number 62. He got
Okay.
carted off. He didn't look good at all, man. He was in pain. He was in pain.
Okay.
But anyway, the defense, David Long is as advertised. He flies around that field. He doesn't care about his body, man. He's gonna hit you. You know, he doesn't care. He sheds off blocks, whatever. He's gonna get you. He's
Yeah.
all over the field. I'm really happy with David Long if he can stay healthy and be a little more consistent. Although today he did look a little more consistent.
Okay.
Um,
I haven't touched on it real quick, but Jalen Phillips looks really good out there.
Oh yeah, Jalen Phillips was by far the best on the defense today. Another
Okay.
dominant showing by Jalen Phillips. Yeah, he's going to be a monster on that edge.
Right.
My concern is a little bit of the inside linebacker, Tyndall. He's just not catching on, man. Um, Audrey Miller. I didn't see a lot of him today, but what I did see him today, he's okay. He did okay. I'm concerned with the cornerbacks. I'm concerned with our cornerbacks and safety. And as you know, we got a new cornerback today. Worked out a cornerback, Bryce Callahan.
Right. Yeah.
His PFF grade, if you go by PFF, that's not my
Go-to
Bible
source.
for
Right.
players, but it's a good indicator of their production. And he's rated at a 62, so he's a little bit maybe above average. So that might be a good pickup because Howard played good today. Howard did play good today, but Noah is back to his old tricks again. He was not looking good at all.
And
We'll
Cam
see.
Smith was no contact
No,
today.
Cam Smith was no contact, but what I like what they did with Cam Smith is he was participating in the drills, but he wasn't getting contact. Although, man, he almost got hit at one time when he broke up a pass. He's gonna be good, man. A little
he was
more
wearing a red jersey.
Wearing a red jersey. He's gonna be a good corner for us, but he's got to get over that injury and give him a few more games. I don't think I don't know though, man. If Noah doesn't have a good preseason game, and hopefully Cam will get well soon, because I think he can be a good starter along with X until Ramsey gets back.
Yeah,
So we'll see. But I was real pleased with like I said, the defensive line and the linebacker production of David Long, Audrey Miller. Van Ginkel is Van Ginkel. He's around the ball a lot. He didn't make he made a really good play in front of me. He made a good play in front of me, so I think Van Ginkel's going to be fine as well. Ogba, I'm very disappointed in. Ogba's not good in his position. I don't know. He's just not catching on to the linebacker position that they put him in. Not for what they pay him,
Right. No, they paid him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's better with his hand in the dirt and stuff, so they had him standing up a lot. Okay.
Yeah, they had him playing linebacker a lot, and I understand why.
They're trying to find guys.
They're experimenting on the defense. Fangio I can't read him. He doesn't smile. He doesn't talk. He just stands there, walks around and stuff, and just kind of looks around, and you can tell when he's not happy with the play.
He's seen everything.
Yeah, exactly. He knows what he's looking for.
Yeah, nothing during training camp's going to probably send him over the edge one way or the other.
No, he knows what he's looking for. He knows what he's looking for. But anyway,
he finds it here in Miami. So
yeah. But the defense looked okay overall. Nothing outstanding. Any of these 10 practices, from what I've observed, what I've been reading, nothing is really, they haven't really been made any really big splash, like,
Right.
oh man, wow, even A-Chain, he was okay, but he's a rookie. He was back there on kickoffs and stuff. You can see his speed and his shiftiness. And of course, we saw in the preseason game his toughness.
Yeah, no, he's tough.
Running up the
Like I
middle.
said, for his size, he's tough,
For
man.
his
Pound for
size,
pound, that
he's a
fight,
tough he's a tough
he's
dude.
going to
Yeah,
be a tough guy. I'm looking forward to him. So that's
me
cool
too.
that you got to see him today. I think, I like him. I think he's going to be good.
Yeah, I do
And like
too.
you said, it's a fine line because you don't want horrible practices, but then again,
No,
it's
no.
only practice because
Yeah.
people say you practice as you play as you practice, but we're
Mhm.
still less than a month now away. We're like 3 weeks away, I guess, basically
Mhm.
from the
Mhm.
first regular season game. So they got to get ready. So when they get out there and they start taking on the Chargers, they got all these bumps and stuff out of the way. And I'm not talking about injuries bumps. I mean bumps of learning the
Yeah.
whatever player is going to play where. So hopefully, that goes. I know
Yeah.
we're going to go to the game Saturday, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I think we're going
Yeah.
to see more starters than we did in this last game. Last game, it was like who wasn't going to play. It's
Well,
just like
that's what I was going to say. We saw a lot of first team reps today. A lot of first team reps. Tua got a lot of first team reps. Second team, a few. Third string. I don't even think this third string. They were throwing in guys here and there, but it wasn't a whole
right,
third string unit. But I think we're going to see Tua play this this preseason game against Houston. I really do, because he was getting some reps, a lot of reps, and working on a lot of dink and dunk, which I like to see. A lot
right.
of long passes today. A lot of dink and dunk and running plays. And I'll be honest, what I'm not happy about is they had a design play for Tua where he actually did a run, which I didn't like. Although he's a lot quicker and faster than I thought he was. He
Yeah.
did okay, but I don't want to see him doing that a lot. I
Right,
don't.
exactly. I'm surprised
But
they didn't bother him because you can't hit him anyway, so it's kind of hard
yeah,
to
yeah.
tell.
So yeah. They said, we'll just get him a little, run play or whatever. But
Yeah,
all in all, and I'm a little ahead of myself, but all in all, the Tua had a really good game today. Not really good, but he's
good
had
practice.
one of his best practices. Let's put it that way. He did really well today. Threw a couple dimes. The dink and dunks were on the money. He was going through his progressions. That was
Yeah.
one thing I wanted to see him do. And today he didn't hold on to the ball. And I can understand because they were quick, dink and dunks, but he was still going through his progressions. I saw him going back, looking to the left, looking to the right, didn't see anything, and bam, threw a nice little short pass to I forgot who it was. It might have been A-Chain.
Yeah.
So
So he
yeah.
bounced back is what you're telling me as
Yeah,
opposed to
he bounced back. He bounced back.
because
I wanted
yesterday I know
maybe the light bulb is clicking, as far as
yeah,
his progressions, and maybe he's getting a little better at reading the defense or whatnot. But he was
yeah,
doing a great job in doing a dink and dunk, and he's a master of that. He's
yeah.
really good at that. The offensive line.
Before you get into that, guys, give me a thumbs up if you're in here, guys. Thank you so much. We got a few of you in here. RL, it's always a pleasure to see you. Welcome back, and give that good old thumbs up like you always do. Awesome stuff. So anyway, now I know the offensive line has been a bad talking point for Miami Dolphin fans for too many moons. It's just like we've been talking about a weak offensive line. So I could tell by the deep breath he took. I said, okay, let me get some good stuff. Let me get that thumbs up before Steve rips the offensive line too
Well,
much.
I've got good stuff. I've got some good
Okay,
stuff.
that's good. So on the Terron Armstead front, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Seems like, but
Mhm.
like you say, it's too early. But it seems
too
like
early.
we've averted major damage, and it's going to be like he could be ready for the game one of the season. So
Well,
that's
I don't.
what everyone's saying. I mean,
Right.
Rappaport came out saying, and he actually tweeted, or he texted Cameron Wolf, and he told him it's not that bad. I'm going to be okay. So I know you're still a little worried until you see official word that
I'm
he's
still a little worried. Now, look, I didn't see the actual play. It was
right.
the first play of the 11 on 11s. The first
Right. Yeah.
play, he goes in
Yeah.
there and he gets hurt. He's laying on the ground, got up in pain. From what now, I didn't see this, but this is from what I heard. Now, I didn't see him, but I know that he walked out of the stadium or the practice with crutches.
Right.
Okay. I don't
Absolutely.
care what anybody says. We do not know. We cannot make that judgment, by what people say. He's got to go in there. He's got to get his MRI, which he is,
Right.
and then we'll know. So I'm not going to speculate and say, oh, he's going to be fine. He's going to be great. No, we don't know that.
Right.
So I'm only telling you what I saw
Right.
and
I
what I
did hear
heard.
reports that he was on crutches, so I did hear that. So
He was on
but
crutches. Yeah, he's even got a video on Twitter where you see him walking out with crutches, and he was walking rather gingerly. Okay,
yeah.
so but we'll see. He's a tough guy. I mean, he played with 3 injuries last year, so of course
Yeah.
he's going to walk out, tough and everything out with the crutches and
Yeah.
everything.
Well, he did show one video
But
of
anyway,
himself walking, but it was gingerly. But
yeah.
we'll see. But hopefully,
But I will say this. I will say this. I did when the O line, from what I understand, I met up with TD Finstock the last when I was walking out. I actually met up with him. We were both standing there waiting to get out for an hour, so we had a good conversation.
yeah.
He actually was standing next to Tua's mother and father. They were there at the game, and also Waddle's coach, who actually passed, high school coach, which actually passed out, and they had to get medical attention for him. But anyway, TD was saying before Armstead, or after Armstead, I think he had maybe 1 or 2 plays or whatever. But anyway, they were holding their own. They were doing pretty good. But once he got hurt, that O-line just same as last year, man. They just fell apart. They just fell apart. You could see it. And when they came on the other side, they actually came on the other side where I was at, and I was right there.
Who did they happen? Do you happen to notice who was with the starter? Did they move Wynn out from guard, or did they have?
I believe it was Kendall Lamb.
Lamb. That's
Kendall
what
Lamb.
I know Scotty likes Lamb, or
Kendall Lamb and Liam Eichenberg. He didn't get many reps at all. He's third string right now. They got Isaiah Wynn as first string right now.
So they had Austin Jackson as the starting right tackle.
They had Austin Jackson starting right tackle, of course, Robert Hunt and Connor Williams. Connor Williams, I know he didn't play OTAs. He wasn't there for OTAs and mini camps, and it's showing. He's a little rusty, but I can see he still held his own. Robert Hunt, of course, is Robert Hunt, solid. Kendall Lamb actually is not bad. I think he's a serviceable tackle. He's a veteran, so he's got experience. But we'll see. Isaiah Wynn, I'm still not sold on him yet. I'm not saying he's bad as Liam Eichenberg, because I haven't really seen Liam Eichenberg up close. But to me, he missed on a couple plays. Austin Jackson. You're
not really going to know until you see him in some preseason.
Until you see. Yes, exactly. I'm just telling you what I saw at the practice. Austin Jackson, he had his good moments and he had his bad moments. But I think that Austin Jackson, if he starts, I'm not going to be too upset about that. I think he's serviceable. And look, not every offensive lineman is going to win every play, right?
Of course.
You're gonna get beat every once in a while. But even all pros, even Armstead, he's going to get beat every once in a while. That's just football, man. They're NFL players, are professionals,
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah.
But I'm not as concerned with Austin Jackson as I was earlier in the year, earlier in training camp. I think he's going to be okay there. I'm concerned with the left guard spot still. I didn't see enough out of Wynn to say, oh, he's okay. He's going to be great. I'm not great. Yeah. He's going to be good. He's going to fix it. I mean, I think Dan Feeney's hurt too now.
Oh, wow. I didn't see him participating today.
Yeah, I don't think I saw him at all. I think he's hurt. And And yeah, I think he is. I don't think we saw him at all. So that's a concern. So
I didn't see
Greer better
anyone
get on.
report. I didn't see anyone report the injury, but I didn't see anyone report that he played
Yeah,
either. So I was trying to look into it.
yeah,
Yeah, I want
look
to make
into
some.
that. I haven't
Yeah,
seen anything yet, but I think he's hurt. I think he is. Um, so even hopefully this is a wake up call for Chris Greer, saying, "Oh crap, I better get some other linemen in here because look what happened to Armstead."
yeah.
And
Oh,
Feeney now. If if my thinking is right, we might be in trouble with offensive line depth now again.
yeah.
So
Oh, yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I'm not sure about the Feeney, so I'm not going to
yeah,
say that. But I do believe that will be the starting line right there too. Scotty Armstead, Wynn, Connor Hunt, AJ looks like our starting line.
who
So
is that, Scotty? Yeah, Scotty. I think you're probably right on that. I,
yeah,
I would say you're spot on as far as the starters
yeah,
are. I'm thinking that way too because, like I said, the starters got all the reps today. A lot of the reps, majority, and those were the guys that were starting. Yes.
yeah. So yeah, yeah. Like I said, we'll see. And then I know you said there were some punting drills and Jake Bailey boom any pumps at least that you're like, oh,
No, I didn't see him doing any punts at all, to be honest, unless he did some on the other side of the field earlier.
okay,
But
right. It was just
I know on this side, the it wasn't the Dolphins that I was referring to in
oh,
the
it was the
live broadcast.
Texans,
It was the Texans. They got a machine, a punting machine,
right?
and the freaking punters just kicking back, man. I'm like, what's going
Oh,
on?
okay. Oh, so it's just for the returners, I guess. They were
Yeah,
just
just for the returners and stuff. So they might have. I didn't see him. I didn't see any of the
yeah,
Dolphins or any of the Texans punters punt today. Now I might have. They might have done it earlier, or might have done it. I just missed it, but I didn't see him. I just saw that machine. I'm like, I was amazed by the machine. I'm like, geez, maybe they should
yeah.
just put a machine out there when it's time to punt the ball because that doggone
Well, everyone
machine
would
is
just set it on max
perfect,
distance
man.
and like boom it. Yeah, the corner kicks would
It's
be
just
harder though.
perfect.
Uh,
Yeah, corner kicks would be hard, but I mean, you got to move the machine around.
yeah,
But those kicks are
exactly.
going phew, perfect spiral.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
So he sees Lamb as the swing tackle, which I do too. Feeney as a backup center, and I think he could be the backup guard too. So that's good. So three guys fighting for backup guard.
Yeah. There's
Hager,
three.
Cotton,
Yes.
and Jones. Yep. Again,
Yeah.
Scotty's on the ball.
Yeah. Yeah. Scotty's right
And
on.
Scotty,
I think
yeah,
I
no,
think
no, he
Lamb will be the
is.
swing tackle.
And Scotty 15 for 15 is looking good, man, because you said Phillips had another big day
Yeah,
out
man.
there. So,
Scotty may be right on that, man. He really, I
yeah,
think he has worked on his technique. You can just tell, man.
yeah.
And he's a big dude. He's
He
built
is.
like he's built like Adonis, man. He's just a big dude,
Yeah.
chiseled.
Yeah, no, he
Uh,
is. And he
very
works at his
quick,
craft. Yeah.
very quick for his size, very quick. And I mean, he was just dominating. I feel sorry for their right tackle today.
Yeah.
Today, but
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah. No. And like, yeah, he says that Phillips looks like a monster friend. They're going to make him an all pro. So I hope you're right, Scotty, because that's going to help our defense so much if he's like does that. Should free up the other side because you said you didn't see Bradley Chubb do too much today. I know.
no, Bradley Chubb is I mean, he's not playing bad, but he hasn't
Right.
been really making a lot of noise. I mean, he might have had one sack or something like that, but I could tell he wasn't dominating the tackle. I guess he was playing against Tunsil.
Oh
But
yeah, no.
but
Tunsil
but
will make
yeah,
for a long
make
day
anybody
for
look bad. But
yeah.
he was hanging in there. I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't going to make a tackle or whatever. He was getting completely, blocked out of the play or anything. It just
Right.
he didn't show me anything, any kind of flashes like Phillips, man. You could just tell, man. And look, I've got to say, Phillips. I really am convinced that Phillips will be an All Pro this year, and I think he will get those 15 sacks. I
Yeah.
really do, just from what I seen today.
Thank you, Ender. Hey, he says you've been very informative, Steve. So good
Well,
stuff, man.
thank you, Ender. I'm trying. It's my first
Yeah.
practice, and to do a live broadcast, and it's if you have ever been to a practice, I know you have, Rob. It's
Yeah.
very difficult to keep up with all the action of what's going
You can't
on.
keep up with it all because they will have multiple things going on
Oh
at
yeah.
once. at one time, and especially
Yeah.
a joint practice. I can't even imagine,
Yeah.
trying to do it. But this inner squad practices where I
Yeah.
go there, it's tough, man, because you would
Yeah.
have special teams. You run to look over there, then you would have some defensive drills, and then they would have like because they move, they don't have so much time, and they get through the drill so quick. So you just got to really be
Right.
paying attention. So, but
Right.
it's fun,
Yeah.
man. It's Dolphin football season time. September 10th is right around the corner, so we got to get these little negative things out of the way and get ready for some football. The next 2 weeks don't matter other than just stay healthy, man. Please just stay healthy and get ready. And yes, we would like to hear some good news like, oh, this guy's looking really sharp. I would love if Tua goes in there Saturday, just get a little bit of rust off, does one drive, and then scores
Yeah.
on that one drive, take him out and let, Skylar Thompson and Mike White play the rest of the
Well,
way.
like I was saying, Rob, Tua's mom and dad were at the joint practices today, and I don't think they would have been there if he wasn't going to be playing some. You know what I mean?
Right.
This, and even McDaniel hinted that he would be playing, but
And he did, because he did say he likes people getting some reps in.
yeah,
So,
and I agree with that.
Situation. So
Yeah.
hopefully he does. I don't know if the Armstead going out changes anything. Like, oh, well, we're not going to have our starting left tackle out there. I don't know if that was a plan to maybe play him a little bit. But, we'll see. They asked him that. Like I said, McDaniel, he's like very long-winded answers without really saying an answer. He could have been a politician in another life, because they asked him a question and
Yeah.
he winds around. I'm like, what
Yeah.
did they ask him? Because when they asked him even just about Skylar Thompson and Mike Brett, he goes, well, loosely. I'm like we were saying, what the heck's loosely? Like, loosely, I can't really answer that, but I would say maybe yes, but we still got practice today. What if they go out there and the whole team gets really badly hydrated and we don't know who's going to. I'm like, what is he talking about? He just rambles on. It's funny, though. It brings a little humor, brings a little humor to his press conference. But I was like, we don't know who's going to play.
No, you don't. You don't. But I will say this. I do have another concern, and it may be just petty, but a lot of those players, man, they were dying out there. I mean, they were huffing and puffing, and after every play, I was like, dude, you're the Miami Dolphins. You play in the heat, and come on, And Texans were like getting up and running back, and Miami's like,
maybe they're a little younger. I don't know, because Miami
I don't
really
know, man.
the heat and the humidity down here. Believe me. So,
Yeah.
but I think Texas. I haven't been to Texas, but when I just took my recent trip to through Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina, people were complaining about, oh, it's so hot. There's some. I'm like, man, this is like nothing, man. This is like nothing, because in the mornings here, you can actually walk around without sweating. Even in hot Atlanta, because I was thinking, oh, hot Atlanta, but we got there early, and the day before the game, because we went to an Atlanta Braves game, and they were playing the Angels at noon, and I thought it was going to die. It did get hot by noon, but when we were just walking around the area at 8:30 in the morning in hot Atlanta, we weren't. I was like, hey, this is nothing. And at 8:30 in the morning in South Florida, I'm already drenched in sweat if I take a half block around my neighborhood doing my morning walk.
Yeah.
Well,
So I know how it is. I used to live down there. I was born and raised down there. I know you take a shower, you walk outside to go get something in your car, come back, you got to take another shower.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of heat here. We moved inside because they complained. Yeah, I did hear that too. So.
The good thing about the game Saturday night, it's inside, it's indoors.
Yeah.
So,
and what is it? 4 p.m. our time, Eastern time, and 3 p.m. What is it? What time is it? So okay, that's what I thought.
3 p.m. Central time. So
and it's 4 p.m. Right. That's what I saw 4, but then on another listing today, I saw 3 p.m. I go, is it 4 or 3? So I guess that listing was for your guys' time.
Well, the bad thing about it, that's the hottest part of the day here in Texas. 3 p.m.
Yeah,
but it's indoors. But it's indoors.
So
you
don't have
there's
to
no
worry.
Excuses. It's indoors.
No excuses. Hey guys, I think we did pretty well, Steve. We had our thing earlier.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm horrible at promoting my channel here, but if you can like and subscribe on your way out, I would love it. If you want to catch another good show, there's one going on right now. They just started at 8 on the Fins Talk Sports Network. It's the Bandwagon Show. So you can go check them out over there. I'll probably go say hi to them myself over there. And I'm sure Steve will too. And so anyway, Steve, any final thoughts?
Yeah, all overall, the Tua had a good practice. He did really well today. I was really happy to see him going through. You could actually see him going through his progressions and then boom, dumping it off real quick to wherever, whoever was open. And so I like that. I like to see that. And he wasn't holding on to the ball. Good pocket presence today. He was getting a little pressure, but he was moving around, moving up, and did what he had to do to get the ball to his receivers. So I like to see that. I was very, very happy with what I saw on Tua today. O-line is still a little questionable.
I'm biased just because the man gave you an autograph today. So
yeah. Let me show that again. Besides my bald head.
New people. There you go,
there it
guys.
Is, man.
He got
Tua's original autograph.
So that's cool stuff, man. That's good stuff.
Absolutely.
And you're wearing
absolutely.
it like a fan. You're not putting it in some collector case. You're wearing it. I like that.
Well, I'm wearing it, but I am going to put it in I'm not going to. This may be the last time you see me wear it. In fact, I ordered another hat, so this one is being put away. So anyway.
All right. Hey, that's awesome, Steve. And thank you for coming on. It's been a long day for you because you woke up early, got out there.
Good.
And we had you running on 2 different networks here on Dolphins Thirsty and also on the Fins Talk Sports Network. So thank you from both of us. It was a lot of fun, man. So
I had a blast. And Rob, I want to thank you. Thank you for hosting the show. You did a great job. I appreciate that, man, stepping up and doing that. Because
only those first few minutes, I was like, I need to, because the whole plan was I was going to either have you or Bobby or someone in there. Right. It was like me going solo, guys. For a few minutes, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" I was grasping for things to talk about. So, but it was fun, man. I enjoyed it. That's always.
Absolutely. That's why we do this. That's why we do this, man. It's fun, and we're Dolphin fans, man.
Thank you, all you guys that came in. Remember, fins up, thumbs up. You guys rock. Dolphin fans rock. And Steve, I'm getting ready for the closeout, so you can do your trademark Dolphins number 1. All right.
Absolutely. Dolphins number 1, baby! Dolphins number 1!
Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty.